it out. All right, this YouTube is on live. We're excited. Okay, so a couple of things as we get started, just to keep y'all informed. If you are on YouTube and you want to make sure that you've got questions that you want to get answered, go to the chat section on the YouTube live and you can type in any questions that you have right here. Based on our run through that we did with you guys the other night, thank you for one thing that we applied is a moderator. So Bo is actually just a couple of doors down in our house, and he is putting the boys together to get together to go to bed. So his earbuds in, and he's monitoring the chat as well. So okay, yeah, he's here. So this is a super funny thing. If you're joining us on Facebook, you're probably my people. If you're joining us on YouTube, you're probably Better Together people, like all of our vlog and incredible community that we've met through there. So when Bo got on, hey guys, glad you're jumping on and saying great stuff on the YouTube. That's awesome. If you're on Facebook, hit some likes. That'll be fun too. So Bo goes, I'm so excited about this class tonight. I feel like you're hosting it for my people, because most of you on YouTube get to see oodles and oodles of Bo, and he's my favorite person on the planet, so I'm glad to get to share him with you. But tonight, you'll have a little bit more of a dose of Kelly Brotherton, and as he gets kiddos to bed, he'll be here too. So we're glad you guys are here. We are excited about oils, and if you are excited about oils too, this is the place to be. So the overall intention of our time together tonight is really just to ask questions. For those of you who are brand new, this will be like an introduction to essential oils. And some of you have been using oils for ages and you've got great ideas. So the only thing that we're going to ask is if you are, and we might lose this Facebook, just FYI. So jump over to the YouTube. If you're on Facebook, jump over to YouTube. So if you have been using oils for some time and you've got a great story that you want to share, we want to be able to keep this post for ages. And the only thing that's going to help us do that is you. So when you are posting about your amazing stories, make sure you keep them compliant. So instead of saying, oh, I had this X, Y, and Z issue and oils totally healed it, now I'm a new person, say something like, I was really in need of immune support. I used this oil and it helps so great. If you guys do that, then we can keep this chat live up so that other people can learn from you in even the days and months to come. So that's really exciting to be able to do this kind of like a community. It's our favorite thing. Better Together is on our sign back here. Someone on our oils team gave it to us, and it's been our, I guess, about a year and a half now. We've been calling our team the Better Together Builders because we just think doTerra is better together. We think that community is better together. We think that life with other people is just better together. So if you are here, we're glad that you're better together with us. So thanks for being here tonight. We'll go into the safety and the efficacy of oils, to take some questions. And then at the end, there are some really great promotions going on tonight that you won't want to miss. So hang on to your hats. And if you've got oils already, go ahead and grab them out. I've got in the diffuser back there. But I will tell you that I could use a little motivate. So if you're an oil user, go ahead and grab your bottle right now. If we were in a one-on-one class, I would just say, take that bottle out, and I'd drop in your hand. It's really simple to get out. You just drop a drop or two in your hand, rub them together, and then if you're at home, your little smell-o-vision, just inhale deeply. I actually have spearmint and bergamot going in the back. Some people call it bergamot, just depends on how you pronounce it. But it's elevating with citrus. It's also really promoting alertness with anything menthol, anything peppermint, or even things like basil are really wonderful to promote alertness. And after our day, I think we're just getting kids to bed at 7:30 our time. So it's a really good time to get a little bit of motivating and alertness going on in our house. So you go ahead and breathe those in. Way to get oils into your system and start experiencing the benefits of essential oils. So one of our favorite things to talk about with oils is how did we get started with oils? And it was really simple. If you followed us on the vlog, you know a little bit about our family. We've got 3 kiddos and 1 on the way. I try and like feature the bump. So here's the bump. And each time, or as we had our first child, we kind of realized the type of birth experience that we wanted to have, and that led us to have our second son in the birth center. And ever since then, I think it's been pretty clear to us that we're sort of a family who and challenges the status quo, and that's really the tagline to everything we do online. We just kind of live a little differently. But oils have become mainstream. And yeah, someone on the YouTube just asked, why are oils more popularized now, whereas in the past they haven't been as well known? And I think for us, as we were shifting to a more mindful presence in our family, in the ways that we did business, in the ways that we grew Hey Texas Boys, grew our garden, we just made some really deliberate choices to go as natural and as clean as possible, because that fit our family's needs. And we saw that our bodies responded well to clean fuel in terms of food, or when we chose a natural solution like essential oils first. And our midwife introduced us to oils when our second son was born, and I'm forever indebted to her. Thank you, midwives of Texas, for being so brilliant and bold and wonderful. And when our midwife gave us these, we just didn't know how to use them. So we went to a class that just popped up at a local boutique, and we realized this was going to change our lives. Not that we were in destitute before, but when we had oils, it just was a natural next step for us. So that's the invitation tonight, is just take your next step. What's next for you? Some of you have your oils already and you love them, and you just need to know more about them. So the next step is right now, learning how to use your oils well. Some of you have been using oils for ages, and now you need to start kind of helping other people along with theirs. Is a good thing. You're just not going to keep it to yourself. And some of you are brand new to oils, so you just need to get that first drop in your hands, right? And start experiencing how oils can benefit you. So just now I put in the Motivate blend on my hand. Let me tell you a little bit about what's in the bottle. So this has peppermint and clementine. It has coriander, basil. It has melissa and rosemary and a vanilla bean extract. So you can imagine the scent that I'm smelling is a little citrus, spicy, and then it has some of those menthol cools in the middle too. So if you smell that basil or the peppermint, really wonderful, fresh scents all together. So I'm opening my airways, I'm uplifting my mood. In fact, this is what's chemically altering in my body right now. When we look at things like melissa and just the emotional benefit that you can get from melissa as an oil, along with all of their citrus oils, it's a perfect combination for just what I was needing right now. So think of oils as not something that like is going to heal your body. They're not healing in and of themselves. Oils are a complement. They're a supplement to our body's needs, and then our body begins to heal itself. So think of it like a zipper. If you've got something that's just out of whack with your body, the oils are going to come along, help give your body what it needs, and your body begins to heal itself. That's just straight up divine design. Your body was made to be in alignment. It was made for the head, the heart, and the gut to all function in communication together. And when it doesn't, that's when we feel this dis-ease. This is when we feel this discomfort in our body. So using essential oils just complemented for us our next step. And for a lot of you, you put up with a lot. For in our community, the homesteader, the natural-minded person, a lot of times what we were using conventionally wasn't working for us anyways. So we just gave up on the product, or we gave up on the option of a solution. And instead, when we get back to diet, when we get back to fueling our bodies with good food, and then using clean options like an essential oil, like herbal solutions, like homeopathy, you're really giving your body what it needs. And then your body completes the cycle of wellness. Your body continues to maintain wellness when we give it what it needs. So yes, oh good, Eric, I'm glad you guys are here. This is awesome, so much fun. So as we started using oils, we just discovered more and more. So let me give you a little sneak peek into our, we used to have kind of a little, what was it? Like a wooden box that we stored everything in, which was super great and helped a lot. But we outgrew the box because we wound up having more people in our house and more needs, and then just wanting to experience all that oils had to offer us. So this is our stash of oils. See, I've got mine organized in a weird way, but it's kind of just sectioned off. When Bo and I organize the house, he just puts things in piles. Like everywhere, he'll just sweep everything off the desk and he'll put it in piles of how like things should go. And I'm a little more like, all right, I need my piles compartmentalized. So I've got all my basic oils on one side. I've got some emotional oils on the top, roller bottles that we need in the middle. We've got all the smaller ones on the bottom too, which honestly, I don't even use them all the time. But these are oils that we use frequently enough that we want to have them at our fingertips. And in fact, when we get out of town, which is pretty often, we travel a lot, we take that whole bag with us. So my little organized brain always has to shift those around. But the gist of it is we have that first line of defense. We have that toolbox, literally oils toolbox in our hands to take with us wherever we need. And my favorite part about this is not only actually just 5 minutes ago when Ollie said, Mom, my tummy hurts, can I have some oils? So we have changed the language for our next generation. They're not just complainers, they're problem solvers, and they turn to a solution that is safe and effective for them. So in just a sec, we'll talk real specific about the safety and the efficacy of oils. And Bo, if you have a chance to respond to any of these comments, go ahead and do that ahead. And I'll play catch up in just a minute. My favorite part is that we can actually take the oils that we have, and when I'm in line at IKEA, and I swear to you, this has happened to me. Yeah, and if you guys have been on our vlog, you see we go to IKEA maybe more than the average person, I don't know. But when I'm there, I was there just purchasing a desk, actually the desk that you can't see, but that this computer is sitting on. And the woman behind me said, oh, what are you buying that desk for? And I told her it was for my home business. And she asked me what it was. And I took out some oils, peppermint and wild orange, and I put them in her hand. And not only could she smell them, she goes, wow, I didn't realize did something to help me feel like I could breathe more clearly. She didn't realize that was even going on. And quite frankly, in Houston, when is it not going on that nothing outside ever dies? All the things that pollinate and procreate are everywhere. So I handed her those oils, and then the magic was she turned around and told the stranger behind her, you've got to smell this. It smells amazing. So right then we were able to help someone find a solution for themselves. And that's our greatest passion with oils. It's why we're bringing them to you online right now, is just to be able to share the love. Someone shared oils with us and it changed our lives. So there's a good chance that either someone's already shared oils with you and you're on that path, or tonight's the first night for that. So I'm excited to dig into a couple of things. So let's cover usage. That's really easy, right? The first is a good old diffuser back there. You can get diffusers anywhere. DoTerra sells really wonderful ones that have some great warranties on them. You can also get them on Amazon. You can get them on probably like any random essential oil accessory site. I just don't know about those qualities, but I know that DoTerra has really great quality diffusers. We've been using oils for 4 years with doTerra, and since then, I think maybe we've only had 1, maybe 2 diffusers go out in that time. And we also live with some rowdy kids and travel with them a lot. So breathing in oils, the ones that I put that Motivate on my hand earlier. We've got the diffuser running. This diffuser takes like 5 drops of water. So the technology, if we're getting into like how to use oils, this is just nebulizing, but an ultrasonic diffuser. So think of your humidifier. If you put a humidifier in your room and you have that cool mist coming out of the humidifier, ours is shaped, so that's pretty special. It's a great way to add moisture to the air, especially if you live in a dry place. Or if your kids just need that support while they're sleeping, or maybe even you. But what you don't want to do is drop oils into that, because that kind of reservoir is not made to break up the oil particles and then disperse them through the air. A diffuser is made to do that. So regardless of the brand, it should be doing that, especially if it's a cool mist type of diffuser. There's another one called the nebulizing diffuser. That's going to be a little more therapeutic, a little more intense. doTerra has one called the Aroma Ace, and we've actually never bought that, but I have some friends who use it and they like it a lot. It's actually just, and there's no water in it. So it's gonna, there's a study, Vanderbilt University, I think, did this study with an ER, and they were testing the kind of emotional wellness levels of the people who worked there. And they used the nebulizing diffuser in that as well. So, so we love the diffuser. Good things about using that. We even have one in our car. Ours is doTerra, but it was like a special, so they don't sell it anymore. But we'll put a few links to our favorite, maybe like third-party products, and one of them is a car diffuser, because if you're like a lot of people, you either commute to work or you just spend a lot of time traveling in your car, and it's pretty awesome. It can also plug into your computer, which is really cool. So breathing in oils, that's just aromatic use of oils. It's one way to experience essential oils. And then another way was actually one that I used already. If you put those oils in your hand, you actually got an oil experience twofold. So the second is topically on your hands. The oil is actually going to go through your dermal layers and into your circulatory system. And then oils travel systemically through your body. So when we talk about oils, I talk about it in 3 ways. It's faster, more effective wellness for your family. So the more effective is that the oils go directly through our bloodstream, and then they travel through our body. So we're not waiting for it to process through our digestive system. We're not waiting for oils to become effective with a buildup over time. We're looking really quickly at a bioavailable supplement for your body. Sometimes you can take a supplement internally. You can use oils topically. That's another way of supplementing your tools for your body to be functioning more optimally. So breathing it in, putting it in your hands, absorbing through your hands. Your hands usually have really tough skin, so that's not a hard place to put essential oils that are not diluted. But this is the really important thing. So if you tuned in to listen to more about how to care for your kids, or maybe someone with skin sensitivities, this is the key. So this is our coconut oil. You get that, right? I'll put some of this on my hand just so you can see how liquid it is. If you cook with coconut oil, do you see that just dropping right out? Yep. If you cook with coconut oil, you know that at room temperature it just seizes up, right? But if you get this coconut oil, this fractionated coconut oil from doTerra, liquid, it's even when it's cold outside. I think I've got one. Here we go. So this is why you want to think about liquid coconut oil to help carry your essential oils. So when I have the liquid, I can make my own empty bottle of oils and put my own essential oil blend into it. So this one I think has rosemary, it has eucalyptus, it's got maybe our breathe oil and melaleuca. all together in it. And this was for Bo for some respiratory support. We've got a blend for it, which is great. It's called Breathe. But he needed some real specific stuff. So we went ahead and made this extra blend, and he just rolls that right on his chest, or breathes it into his hand like we mentioned before. But if I use the cooking coconut oil, I've really got to wait and try and warm it up the right ratio that you want for a healthy blend. And this is what I recommend with coconut oil. Anytime, and I need to repeat this, anytime you are using oils on your skin, always put a carrier oil with it. So there are instances like, you know, if I'm just going to breathe it in, and I know I don't have any skin sensitivity to the oils in that bottle of Motivate, I'm not super worried about diluting it on my skin. But the reason we want to dilute every single time is, so the first is using coconut oil is going to spread it out over a larger surface area. So if you have an irritation, like let's say, you know, my skin was just real dry and sensitive and cracking, then I can put coconut oil with lavender right on my skin, rub it out, and it's going to cover from even elbow to wrist with just 2 drops of coconut oil. So it's super effective to spread out oils. It's also going to help the oils penetrate through your skin much more effectively without just having it evaporate, because oils should evaporate. If you've got a brand that's a lesser brand, and you put it on like a paper towel and you see a ring left around it, chances are that may not be a pure oil, because pure essential oils are highly volatile. They should evaporate completely, really leaving no sign left behind. Some oils are thinner than others, like citrus oils. And then there's really viscous oils like a vetiver, and the vetiver will linger a little bit longer. In fact, it's great to put with your citrus oils if you really love the benefit that you get from citrus. A thicker oil like vetiver, a citrus oil, is going to help linger on the skin a little bit longer. And then the last reason is sensitization. And when I got into doTERRA a couple years ago about this, there were probably, I don't know, I think Pinterest was pretty. You would see these these recipes for like 80 drops of essential oil in this blend, and then you just put it on 8 times a day. And the concern is that, well, A, you're wasting a lot of essential oil, because a little goes a long way. And our chief medical officer, Dr. Hill with doTERRA, he recommends 2 to 4 drops of oil every 2 to 4 hours. So if you can dilute your oil with coconut oil, you can get a really effective dose of essential oils without breaking the bank and without wasting your essential oils, because they're precious, right? We want to make sure that what we're using is not wasted. If you guys follow us, you know that Bo and I are super bang for your buck, and we want to make sure that you know, we're living debt-free and all of those things. And doTERRA has helped us do that. We also want that for you. We don't stirs in you at all to take those steps to becoming financially free. Don't keep doing the same things you do. Find new ways to do things. So that's coconut oil. I think that's a great way to use oils topically. So we've got recap: aromatically, breathing oils in your hand. It's a great, effective way to use oils. Topically, always put it with, I recommend, a coconut oil. For different issues, you might want to use a thicker, more hydrating oil, like avocado oil is a really great oil. Let's say dry, or it can dry very dry, meaning it's not going to leave your skin oily behind, but it's also not going to linger for a long time. And if you need something a little more therapeutic and hydrating to the skin, an oil like avocado oil is an awesome carrier oil. So it doesn't just have to be coconut oil. I like doTERRA's because basically when I buy it, doTERRA kicks me back some free product credit, and then I get more free stuff, which I love. I love to get to share that free stuff with people. So if you're like, oh, I'd love to do what you guys do, but you know, we could never afford to share oils with other people, well, doTERRA solves that for you pretty easy. And then the last way is internal. I would only recommend you using doTERRA internal because it's what we've done our research on. doTerra's oils are sourced indigenously. They're never grown with pesticides. We work with local growers. So our lemon, for example, comes from Italy. Presently, our frankincense is coming from Somalia in a very cool way to work with that community. Yeah, you're right. One of the comments says that myrrh is thick as well. You're right. Myrrh is very, very thick. That's a great oil. It's like impossible to get out of the bottle. You got to switch it for a dropper. You're totally right. And as we're using oils and considering where they come from, it increases the safety of using oils internally. If you are not comfortable using oils internally, you don't have to. Oils are super, super effective. Like Ollie was asking for something for his tummy. I wasn't going to get an oil to drop down his throat. I have a roller of our Digestive and then rub Digestive right on his tummy, and it's a blend of it's got fennel and anise and peppermint and ginger and a couple other oils all in a blend that I can put directly on his belly. Telling you guys, I can't think of a time that it hasn't worked in the last 4 years. And I'm talking like cradle to grave. My grandmother was 96 when she passed away, and we were still using oils to help her have a more comfortable life at the end of her life. We had diffusers going with really pleasant aromas. We had some oils that we would apply to her hands, and her skin was very thin. So we used the coconut oil with it just to help soothe her skin. And we've used oils with LSA that she was born, and I'm so forever thankful again for our midwife introducing us to oils, because I was able to go through an entire pregnancy in a way I've never gone through pregnancy before, because I had essential oils at my side for that temporary nausea that you get when you're pregnant, for all those little side things. For those of you women who've ever had babies, you're like, oh, a lot of those symptoms can really be supported with essential oils. They're so temporary in those 9 months. But I don't know what I would do. I was thinking I would but I don't know what I would do without having essential oils. I think I would be much, much more uncomfortable during pregnancy than I've been afforded, because I've just had a very pleasant pregnancy, especially this time. So knowing that when we're using oils, you just have to learn how to use them. So be your best advocate. You can come to classes like this. We're going to teach these all the time. We've been teaching for the last 4 years, just not getting to plug into this community. And now use oils. We share our experience, but also we've gotten to go to a lot of furthering our education events, either live or online, where we are also getting fed more and more, and these are accessible to you as well. So let's get a little bit touchy on how to use oils with kids and moms, because I know that was a question. So if that's you, just tune in real quick for about 3 minutes, and we're just going to focus on why we want to use essential oils, how we want to use them with pregnancy, even the elderly or people with sensitivities, and with children. So some oils we've talked about, like I grabbed the Motivate. It wasn't super necessary because I'm really familiar with it, to use that oil just even directly on my skin and breathe it in. So many citruses in this oil, most of them evaporate, but when I want to breathe them in internally, that's a really great thing. With different, when you have children, you want to make sure that you're keeping a really healthy dilution ratio. Now, let this be known. If I am putting essential oils onto my skin, and I put a drop on my skin, and then I put 5 drops of oil onto that, I'm not actually diluting the potency of this essential oil. My body is still going to absorb that drop of essential oil. Like, some of it will evaporate, but we're still getting the full potential of that one drop into my skin and into my system. When you mix it ahead of time in a bottle like this, then you are truly diluting the amount of essential oil that you're putting onto your skin. So let me rephrase that. If I put a drop of oil straight from the oil bottle on my skin, it's a drop, regardless of how much coconut oil I put it with. If I pre-dilute it before it goes on my skin, smaller amount of essential oil in a ratio to whatever carrier you choose, almond, coconut, avocado, whatever it is. You choose your salad choice, right? But let's look at a couple of oils that doTerra has created, are already diluted, and they're safe ratios. I can't remember the specific ratio, so if you guys know this, go ahead and share it in the comments. But this is our touch line. I'll show it. I don't know if you guys can see it super good. So this is an On Guard blend. It's our immune support blend. It'll say immune support right down there, or protective blend, I think. Yeah. And this has all the oils that normal essential oil On Guard blend comes with. Normally you get On Guard in a bottle this size, but with the touch blend, it has coconut oil already mixed in with it, and then the proprietary On Guard blend. And that includes wild orange, clove, cinnamon, rosemary, eucalyptus, all of these oils that really help to strengthen the immune system and provide support in ways that we just, I mean, we've got 3 kids, ages 6 and under. How do you have immune support for kids other than keep them in a bunker somewhere? That doesn't mean we never get sick, but what it means is it's safe for me to take this roller bottle and put it directly on their feet or down their spine or across their chest, or in the instance that they need a little soothing on the throat, I can apply this oil directly to the front of their neck and it will soothe their throat. A lot of the oils in here are analgesic, so it helps to numb the area, and it's a beautiful thing to offer your children. But you want to do it diluted. This would also be safe for someone who's pregnant. If you ever wanted to have an additional dilution to that, you could put coconut oil on your skin first and then roll this on, and you would still get less essential oil applied, if that makes sense. So pre-diluting the oil is a really guaranteed way to make it safe for your kids. Every oil is going to have a unique ratio. So if you've got essential oils to coconut oil and you've got lavender, I can do a 1-to-1 ratio, and I'm pretty much good to go with my kiddos. They've all used lavender every time they come in from our Houston mosquito-ridden backyard, and we're buying lavender in bulk when it comes to the summer months. Also, TerraShield. If you don't know about that, is incredible to help repel bugs any time of year. In fact, it was really sad that we had to get ours out in February just the other day when the kids were outside playing. I was so sad. But our mosquitoes are already back. I digress. So diluting a mild oil like lavender or frankincense, really just a 1-to-1 ratio. And then our experience with our youngest, as they've gotten teeth, is we really like clove oil. I like frankincense oil. Each kid's kind of been different with their oils, but clove oil is so effective for teething, even just applied jaw. And then for additional support, we've put it right on the gums for those, really hard to cut teeth. Also wear amber teething necklaces. So for those of you hippies, you're going to love that I mentioned amber teething necklaces. But with clove oil, totally different story to diluting. I put more like 14, 12 drops of coconut oil to 1 drop of clove. I'll mix it either in something like this, or there's smaller sample bottles that I keep in my keychain. I don't think I have a keychain just sitting around here. But I have a keychain on my regular keys, and it's a little zipper pouch that just has essential oils in it, and I think it's perfect for on-the-go things, and usually kiddos are teething is the perfect solution. But you'll see I use so much more coconut oil on an oil that is stronger, or possibly a more warm oil to the touch than I would on something as mild as lavender. So keep those things in mind. If the oil is known to be a hot oil like oregano or cinnamon, and those are in On Guard as well, you want to make sure that you are so that it's safe on their skin. And the skin, when we're applying, we just kind of have to plug into common sense. And I think Bo's a big king of one-liners. I don't know if you guys know that about us on YouTube, but if you follow us on Facebook, you definitely know this. And I think Dave Ramsey says, common sense is not a rose that grows in everyone's garden. And it totally applies to oils, whether you think you're a genius or not. And when we started with so common sense to put Digestive right on someone's tummy and rub it in, it sounds nuts. Because when I'm a grown-up and I need some help with any kind of intestinal discomfort, see how compliant I am? Then I use a totally different kind of product. But now I have essential oils, and they're clean and they're effective, and they come in right away. And I think they're phenomenal for anyone who needs that kind of support. And it's almost like you tune into the FM channel of essential oils. So once one works for you and you have a little success, you want to jump onto another one and another one and another one. So essential oils are incredible to help support your body because they are so bioavailable. They're in the system and effective quickly, and then they're out quickly. So we're not worrying about lingering side effects. We're looking at essential oils as that supplement to the body. And then the body begins to heal itself, which is kind of ingenious, right? Like how do you knock divine design when you see how it works, right? So those are really simple safety, efficacy topics. I want to get to a couple of questions. So let me tell you about a few things that we've got going on that for those of you who have oils already, you might think is cool. For those of you who don't have oils already, you're going to think, oh, this is good timing. So for those of you who have doTERRA already, we've got a group that we just started, and we'll leave the info in the comments down below, called, it's very long, the Better Together Life doTERRA BOGO Bonanza. So I'm not going to make a t-shirt with that because I don't even know how to fit that on a t-shirt. If you are excited about your oils and you have a doTERRA account already, then you already have tons of access to free promotions. BOGO is a buy one, get one free promotion that's going on with doTERRA. And this week, there's going to be a new deal every single day. So Monday's deal is buy a bottle of On Guard and get a bottle of lavender. I must have those on the brain because I just use those as illustrations. But buy a bottle of On Guard and get a free bottle of lavender. I think On Guard is $32 wholesale, and lavender is $21 maybe retail or wholesale. So you're getting a really great deal, and those are really versatile oils to use anytime and anywhere. The bottles you're going to get are this size. They're 250 drops. And the things that set doTERRA apart are pretty simple. So if you look on the bottom, you're going to see expiration dates. That's our quality, not to be under the FDA, but to be FDA compliant. So we're not regulated. We just make sure that we don't get in trouble with them. So we put an expiration date here. I'll tell you that serves for like the freshness and smell of an essential oil. If you live in Houston, it's going to go funky way before that expiration date. But we have oils that we've had for over 4 years, like our clove oil, because we don't use it that often and it still works really, really great. So you'll have an expiration date and a batch number, meaning we can trace this back to anything. If there's something that seems off about your oil, you just call it in. They'll send you a new bottle of oil, and then they'll trace this batch back and see if there's any problems with the batches. doTERRA is tested in over 7 ways. If you're looking at a company for tests, that's probably not enough now in this day and age of microbiology and the things that we can also create in labs and synthetic chemicals in our essential oils. You really want something that's going to go the distance. And then doTERRA's oils are always going to have the scientific name on the bottom, and they're going to have a supplement fact if they're able to be taken internally. So you'll see that. That's really familiar, same kind of things you see on anything that you're going to buy from the store. That you eat. And then we also have this, I think it's a QR, I can never remember what that's called, but a QR code. And that is a code that you can actually click on, and doTERRA will actually show you this specific bottle's testing. So there's tons of transparency in this company. It's why I can stand by it. It's why we can sell it. And it's why we have over 1,300 people on our team ordering every single month on just products that they need that we're not trying to sell them more on. So we really believe that our job is just to introduce you to oils. So the BOGO is all about what's going on with doTERRA this week. If you have an account already, you can go jump on there. We're even going to give away some fun freebies. So just click to request a join on that group. It's called Better Together Life BOGO. No, Better Together Life, doTERRA. I should have been nicer to myself with that one. And then the second thing is there's some really great promotions going on this month. So if you do not have an account with doTERRA, tell the person who told you about tonight. If it's us from the YouTube, then you can send us a message. Or if it is friends from Facebook or through whatever channels and we're just all connected, then you get back with them and you tell them, hey, I'm ready to get started with doTERRA. When you are enrolling with doTERRA, you enroll with 100 PV, it's right around $100 of oils, and a wholesale membership. Then have an order next month of at least the same amount of PV coming to you in March. doTERRA is going to give you $100 in free oils. So let's make that simple. 100 in February, 100 in March equals $100 free oils. This is my favorite promotion. We enrolled in December and got our oils at the end of the month. And the next month they had this promotion and I thought, wow, if I'm regretting enrolling sooner because there was this great promotion coming up, I can't be happier to share oils with people who could get an even better deal on doTERRA than we did. So know that this is a really phenomenal deal. Then you get started with us. We have your oils come in and then we spend a 45-minute personal consultation with you as soon as your oils get in. We teach you how to use the specific ones you have and make sure you feel confident using your membership and your oils that you've got right there. So really great deals. And when people ask about how doTERRA works, it really is just like a Costco or Sam's Club membership. So if you've been to Costco or Sam's Club, kind of like not with necessarily bulk items of meat, but think of, okay, $35 is a membership with doTERRA. And for that membership, $35 gets me 12 months from whenever you begin of deep discounts. So doTERRA's discount for wholesale is 25% off the retail price. So $35 is your wholesale membership with doTERRA. It gets you 25% off of retail price. That's our wholesale price. You can order what you want, when you want it. You can ship it to anywhere you like, and you can customize extra bonuses to get free products. So if you want to join a loyalty rewards program and order every month, awesome, you get free stuff. You also get extra like product credits every time that you order. So you have this little bank of product credits. It's dollar for dollar for all of our oils, but you don't have to order anything ever again if you don't want to. That's the beauty of doTERRA. There's no pressure to build a business. There's nothing. 80% of the people on our team just love their oils and they would order regardless. So it's not just everyone doing an income creating opportunity. That works. I mean, we pay our rent with doTERRA, or our mortgage now. We pay 2 mortgages because we've got that property. So doTERRA covers our bills and then some. And if that's something that you guys are looking for, freedom and financial freedom, we'll help you do that. But let's answer some of your Q&A. So if you guys want to know more about how to get oils, then you just message us straight from YouTube, or if you've got us on Facebook, message us. If someone sent you to this event, make sure you get in touch with them because they'll be able to give you the best personal help that you've got. Okay, so I'm going to start right up at the top. I think Bo's answered some of these questions already. This is super fun, and if you've got them, keep them coming. We've got maybe about 15 minutes left, but I really want to honor your time. So if it feels like we're just running to run time down, that's no fun for anyone. Okay. Yep. Okay. So someone asked about frankincense mixed with grapeseed oil for a facial serum. I think frankincense is an awesome serum. In fact, what I would do with it, if you just have it already, then go for it. Use it the way it is. I think that if you put frankincense and myrrh and sandalwood and even rose, if you've got it, that's really wonderful for the skin. Throw in some geranium. It'll be hydrating it. It will also help to reduce the appearance of skin spots. So like if you have sun damage, it will help to reduce the appearance of that. So I think, yeah, absolutely. Indie Kitty 1 said that. Sometimes I feel weird calling you guys by your screen names because it sounds so impersonal. But yes, I think grapeseed's fine for the skin, especially if you like it. Just watch and see if that is irritating to your skin at all. But use the carrier oil that you prefer. doTerra has a blend called Immortelle, and I can't say enough amazing things about Immortelle. It's perfect for just little fine lines and wrinkles to help reduce that appearance. It's also excellent to soothe any skin irritations or previous scarring. It'll help to reduce the appearance of that as well, especially if you do a little massage into it. You want to come answer some questions? Bo just walked in. I guess we got children to sleep. Do you want to come answer questions? Okay, he's coming. Okay, so someone asked, does the oil business that we're affiliated with, this is Brainy Prepper, does it follow MLM business strategy? How long have we been doing it? And are there automatic delivery plans or buy as needed? Okay, so I think I can answer this. Yes, doTerra is an MLM company. It's multi-level marketing, which means we work with people to help them get their oils, and some of them also build a business. So we help them create income through doTerra, and that's just by sharing oils with your friends or sharing oils with your contacts, and then helping them get what they need. So if you're on tonight, it's not because we coerced you to come, it's because you had a genuine interest, and I think that's what sets our products or our company apart. Our products are just exceptional, and we really have created a whole stream of income through doTerra just by sharing oils and helping you have information that connects you with the oil that you need. There is not, for most people, like I said, 80% of people just use oils. They do not build a business. So you don't have to have a buy-in every single month in order to just get a good discount on oils. You do want to purchase oils every month if you are going like we do. So we can tell you guys more about that. If that's something you want to know more about, keep us posted or send us a message, and we can do just a one-on-one talk with you, or another kind of video like this to tell you about how we do our business. Might be helpful.
Okay, okay, I forgot who asked this. Hi, everybody.
And you're on Facebook.
Oh, hi, Facebook too. Almond oil as a carrier oil.
Yeah, almond oil is fine. I mean, obviously, if you have a nut allergy, go with that. Those are things that we're sensitive to just because we've got family members with nut allergies. Eric, I hope I covered that pretty sufficiently when I talked about internal use with oils. Teething oils for babies, Sarah, I can't say enough good things about clove. And I think it's that analgesic property in it. Again, I just put it on the jawline. And it won't cure teething, obviously, only teeth coming through will, but it'll help soothe teeth. Frankincense and lavender have also been really successful with our kiddos.
Okay, frankincense.
Yeah, what about it?
They want to know
why I love it and I could bathe in it.
Why it's the king of the oils.
Yeah, so we do love frankincense oil. Frankincense is like it's like the perfect example of essential oil and why they're so helpful, because I think we're just so trained, especially in Western society, to think of like one-shot wonder. Like, I have this issue, so I take this thing, right? And almost always the thing is something we take internally. Frankincense is a go-to support for mental clarity. It was one of the keys in my recovery from all my postpartum issues with Ella. So mental clarity and brain function, and if you suffer with brain fogginess, I wish there was something more technical I could say, but frankincense is amazing for that. For immune support, there is nothing that supports the immune system like frankincense. It's perfect for cell regeneration. So if you need something that's going to help support a healthy cell life and death, is awesome. When we first started doTerra, Bo would take frankincense under the tongue, 2 drops every day.
I should do it more often.
You really should do it, especially now. But he would take frankincense under the tongue, and I think we got this tiny little bottle. And I said something like, well, you know what happens when that frankincense goes out? And he goes, yeah, we're just gonna have to wait it out. And I was like, no, you're buying me more. But frankincense is so versatile. We use it all the time. If someone is not well, we use this to help boost whatever oils or anything we're using already and strengthen their immune system. We put this in a diffuser for a calming atmosphere. It's beautiful for mood. So if you're feeling frankincense can help pick you up. If you're feeling real high strung, frankincense can help mellow you out. It's just the way that essential oils work. So it's more like a shotgun spread instead of a one-shot wonder. And I think frankincense really illustrates that really, really well. And you don't have to get fancy with oils. You don't have to know everything. You just need to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I love all those, like, I love oils. I love oils. This is awesome. You're our people.
One of my favorite things that we learned about frankincense when we first started was the 4 p.m.
Yeah, like your blood sugar drop and your midday funk.
Yeah, midday funk at 4 p.m. whenever you're up at work. Frankincense, peppermint, and wild orange. You just put like 1 or 2 drops of each of those just in your hands, breathe it in, and rub it on your neck. It's better than coffee. It's awesome. It's so good. It's cooling. It promotes that alertness, all those things we talked about at the beginning. I got a hard one for you. Yeah. I'm gonna let her read this because, like I said in the chat, this is things that are hard to say online. Okay. Yeah. Sure. From and don't say the name. Oh yeah. Sure. So someone asked us about immune support for a couple of specific issues. So if that was you, your probably ears are tuned to this. So yes, absolutely. There's immune support for specific issues. Everything I recommend is going to come back down to gut health. It's going to come back down to how you're processing food. I am not a dietitian. I have no nutritional expertise other than what we've experienced with our family. My sister is a nutritional therapy practitioner, and I was fortunate enough to go through her program when she first started. And I'm telling you, the things that lifted from our house when we started eating for our body types was phenomenal. So start there. Start with any ongoing things that you have should start with diet. And then when you look at essential oils, they're really going to help bridge the gap between where you are now and your wellness, just to help sustain you through that. There are tons of oils like the frankincense we just mentioned. If you're using doTerra specific products, then DDR Prime is the #1 that I would recommend for the things that you listed there. DDR Prime is going to help change the protein output in your DNA. It's like this miraculous blend of oils. It's going to help to initiate apoptosis. So these are some of those furthering our education nerdy things. But that just means that it's going to find unhealthy cells and initiate the death of those unhealthy cells. So if that's something that you guys are hearing and that would apply to your situation, then check into DDR Prime. It's a supplement you can take internally, or you can apply topically to the skin. Is that? Oh, and lifelong vitality. Yeah. Not everybody's on supplements, and I know that's a personal thing, but we love lifelong vitality. It's a 3-part supplement combo that you take in 3 bottles. Beyond multivitamins, right? To infinity and beyond. And DDR Prime is an essential oil blend that can also be taken in a gel cap. Yeah, so internally or topically. But look into those things. So either talk to us more about it or the person who told you about tonight. Okay. Asking more specific things if they have no idea. Yeah, so good. Tea tree oil, Maluka. They're the same thing?
Well, somebody asked about tea tree oil.
Oh, yeah. Tea tree oil is
and how do you
great.
use it?
Yeah.
And why it's called Melaleuca. Right?
Yeah, so Melaleuca is just I think it's Melaleuca alternifornia. That's doTERRA's specific tea tree oil is called Melaleuca. I think they're just being fancy, but truly that's the actual plant name. So when you're looking at frankincense, for example, there's a couple different types. Our frankincense says Frankincense boswellia. That's the type of frankincense it is. And the Melaleuca is just the name of the plant for tea tree oil. So you can use that topically. There you go. You see it? Alternifolia. I think I probably said that wrong. But when you're using tea tree oil, it's great for supporting your scalp. So you just take your normal shampoo. I recommend finding a good type of shampoo and put a drop of tea tree oil in and then blend it into your hair, and it's going to help to clean your scalp. It's really wonderful for skin irritation with a little lavender and coconut oil or whatever you want to use, carrier oil. Apply that right on top. It's going to help cleanse the area. Highly antiseptic. It's got some antifungal properties to it as well. So you can imagine making like a foot powder to go into your shoes to help clear up odor is an amazing thing. Or just to help clean up any of the junk that's left in your shoes. If you have children like ours who wear their shoes without socks, it's kind of gross. Is that helpful?
Yeah.
Okay.
Link to the Facebook group, that the amazing name they
I should not be in charge of names.
Tags and titles.
Yes. You mean, are we going to put it in the link?
Yeah. So let's keep on doing the questions, but I'll put it here in the chat, as well as I'll put it in the description on this video. I don't know how long we're going to take. We got to re-watch the video of if we're going to store it on there. But anyways, y'all definitely be able to get the link to the Facebook group. So I'll put it in there. Young Living versus doTerra.
Oh, yeah. I think this is one of those things. I mean, I'm not a real drama person, so when things get dramatic, I just kind of like, all right, that's not my circus and not my monkeys.
Well, they just asked, how does it compare?
No, I think that's great. And so that's just a little background of where I come from when I share about doTerra. doTerra is what we were introduced to. I think we tried 2 other oils, and I don't even think we had tried Young Living. But from what I know in terms of companies, I think doTerra and Young Living probably have really comparable oils. There's some things that have come up that I'm not a real big fan of how Young Living has sort of dealt publicly with their like discrepancies. Like things have come up about the quality of their oils, and I don't even know if the quality was proven to be poor. I think they're probably a really great company, but I didn't love the way that they handled that. And that's just personally, as someone who runs our business of doTerra, and we've been in business for ourselves, customer service is the most important thing that you can do well in your company. So I think being able to stand behind integrity is important. doTerra goes above and beyond in that. I haven't seen another company that labels their batches, their expiration date, has a transparent QR code, make sure that their supplement facts are listed on the bottle, and make sure that the details of the scientific name of the oil is present on the bottle. These are just simple things. Then when it comes down to the character of the company.
Well, what about the sourcing?
Yeah.
Like in how.
Yeah. So the character of the company is absolutely heart-driven, and it's what spoke to us most.
Of doTerra.
Yeah, we knew that the packaging was great. We knew that it looked better on the shelf than anything else. But when we plugged into this heart of co-impact sourcing, where 1/3 of our oils are sourced from third world countries, that's remarkable. Like, I don't know another company that stands behind not only their product for their customers, but behind their growers for their product. So in Haiti, I can't remember when we started getting vetiver from Haiti, but Haiti was just a kind of an unknown variable in not necessarily the quality of the oil, but in working with people, because we had to provide something that would help them. So there's a school that was set up in a community in Haiti. There's also some water wells drilled in Haiti. And then we provided sustainable income throughout the year. Typically in the perfumery world where vetiver is highly used, the growers are just third party to the company. So they go through someone else and they get a very poor cut on their labors. And instead, doTERRA works directly with growers. We stipend payment throughout the year so that they have sustainable income for their family, not just during the harvest season, but all year long. And they're not as growers pressured to pull a product that is less quality. So the relationships built with doTERRA, like in Haiti, are happening across the globe, and their humanitarian efforts are they match well with us. It's what I want to see my children doing. It's the heart that I want to extend to other people.
Well, and for us running a YouTube channel that we are moving to grow our own food and to be hobby farmers, we want to be farmers in this. I think we should probably do at least one video on talking about how doTERRA locally sources the oils and just talking
sustainable.
More. Yeah. So we'll talk more about that, because there was a couple of more comments in there of like where each oil is sourced, and we don't have time to go into all of that, but we'll be able to do it in a full video, and then I can show you graphs that doTERRA has given us.
And we can send you links to places where, our hope is just to introduce you, and then you get to learn more on your own and find information that's going to be specific to you, because things that we love may be true, but maybe it's not exactly what you're excited about as well.
Okay, 18-month-old, so where I am right now, but not 18-month-old, but 18-month-old respiratory
support. Yeah, I love this Breathe. I think Breathe is amazing. It's a blend. Yeah, I will. It's a blend of oils that comes in a bottle like this, but then they've made it really convenient. So this is our nice, well-used. It's kind of like a vapor stick, right? I think that might even be what it's called, vapor stick. Yeah. So this is the blend in a non-petroleum based gel, and you can rub this right on their chest. I would start with the feet. So for adults, the feet are really great places to apply oils because they're not going to be sensitive. The skin there is really tough. You could throw some socks on, and then it's going to be a really great location to deliver into the system. But for littles, their feet are still really soft and porous, and they're able to absorb well through the skin. And then you can put socks on them, and they're not going to touch their feet, and then rub their eyes. So whenever we have little ones, they put oils on their feet and then socks on. But now Ella's almost 3, and she will put the On Guard blend on the boys. She likes to be the one to roll it on their feet every night, or we'll roll it down their spines, and that's another great place to put oils. So really, either diffuse Breathe in the diffuser, like the one we've got going back there, or even if you're a mama who's holding your baby, I love to put oils on my chest and then put a blanket up and put my baby on the blanket and then just rock them that way. So they get the aromatic benefit. It's not super strong, but they still get what they need.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Breathe oil.
Okay, where was it? Oh, wow, that was a lot. Like, where do they go?
Someone asked me if there's a wellness kit.
Oh,
so does doTERRA have a wellness kit? I think that maybe may mean, can you start with a kit of doTERRA? Absolutely. That thing that I mentioned earlier about the $35 membership, we've got a bunch of kits that help you just kind of be set with a few specific oils. And that includes the membership fee. So you actually get a better deal when you enroll with a kit. Like you mentioned, I think that's a wellness kit maybe. Otherwise, get real specific and ask us in a message and we'll tell you a little more. Deep Blue was Eric's gateway. Eric, somehow I knew that Deep Blue would be your jam. It was Bo's too. Deep Blue and past tense, man. Those were...
Good night, Eric. Sorry, buddy.
Those are good.
Get some good sleep. Thank you for being on, man.
Yeah.
Okay, shelf life.
Shelf life. Oh, yeah. So most oils all of our oils will have an expiration date on the bottom if it's an oil that's safe to use internally. And let's say this is an oil, this frankincense expires in 2020 according to the bottom of the bottle. Most oils will last a really long time. Now, don't keep them in your car. Don't keep them in the window. As they evaporate, if you leave the top open or if you leave them in your car, right, they can smell funky. If it smells funky, it's probably oxidized. It doesn't mean that it's poison. It just means it's going to smell funky. And it can still be effective to use. But most oils will last anywhere up to 4 years, 7 years, depending on what oil you're getting. And you can keep them in cool places. You don't have to keep them in the fridge, but some people keep them in the fridge, and that's okay. We just keep ours in that cool bag, that very fancy bag that I showed you at the beginning, and that really works well for our family.
Okay, I think so. If y'all have any other questions, go ahead and post them. I think this might be our last one.
Yeah, I think you're right.
This is, I'm only mentioning this because I always wondered what we would do with this, and I always wanted us to get this. Myrrh.
Yeah.
What do you know about myrrh?
Why do we like myrrh?
Yeah.
Myrrh's good for the skin. So in the same way that frankincense would be good, a lot of oils will serve similar purposes. And then even in their profile, they'll have a lot of uniqueness. So myrrh is excellent for the skin and really restorative to the skin. So if you've got an area maybe that has a scar and you want to improve the look of that, then myrrh is great for that. I think myrrh is also an embalming fluid. So if you do a lot of that, maybe that would work for you. Obviously, we don't use myrrh every day, but yes, we got it because Bo was like, we don't have it, let's have it. And we got it for free, so why not? I really don't know about essential oils, but I'm learning from you now. Jasminiqua, that's awesome. I'm super excited. Oh, you already commented to her. Good job. And we said the same thing. That's awkward. All right, so do oils state where they are sourced, i.e. organic? Yes, so someone asked about the sourcing of oils. Do they say where they're sourced? Absolutely. We'll also leave a link to doTerra's information. And right there you can pull up where the oils are sourced. If you guys want more of this kind of teaching, we can even go specific into like a class about our sourcing. Bo was mentioning he'd make a video. But we need to know that because we're still feeling out what this YouTube channel looks like. We're really, really pro on bunnies and all the funny kid things that we do. But if this is what you want, in addition, we can do some sort of a video on oils even once a week just to educate.
Yeah. That brings me to something just to talk about, just to let y'all know personally about Kelly and I. This whole homesteading thing kind of got kick-started with the thought of being more prepared. So Natalia, you asked about the wellness kit, that you were thinking more of like a first aid kit.
Yeah.
That was, we really started cranking up
last summer.
Yeah, our preparedness last summer about having exactly that, like a first aid kit, wellness kit, that we always had the oils that we would need. So Kelly always says it like this: what are your island oils? So that if we were stranded on an island, that we could not live without these. Like,
like go bag oils. So for those of you who are talking about being prepared, our go bag oils and even our emergency kit of oils is everything. Like if you're gonna go look into doTerra's oils, everything in the home essentials kit. And we have one for each family member. So obviously not this fourth little one, but we, for Ella, Ollie, Everett, all 3 kids plus 2 grown-ups, we have one of each of those oils. Now, we collected those over time. We didn't purchase all of them at once. But everything in those home essentials kits are a really great base for you to consider what would be emergency oils or a wellness kit of oils. And then they also have diffusers. So I think diffusers are the most underutilized tool when it comes to essential oils, because we just are like, oh, it just smells good. But therapeutically, oils are getting into your system regardless of your delivery mode.
Okay. Well, yeah, so this will be the last one. Just a follow-up question about myrrh for aging skin?
Oh yeah, I think myrrh is super rejuvenating for skin. Like I said, it's an embalming oil, but I don't think we're going that deep. But yes, absolutely. Other oils like rose are phenomenal. Myrrh is in that Immortelle blend that I mentioned earlier. And I have seen so much, like, I don't know if it's youthfulness. That sounds weird to say about yourself, but like I see the difference between when I'm using that blend and when I'm not. Even just by the middle of the day, I feel like my skin is just dragged down, tired, and dull. And when I use the Immortelle blend that has myrrh in it, it's just vibrant. It's just awake. It's alert. Also goes back to like, you know, how much water are we drinking during the day? But I think that's a really great way to use myrrh. Do we want to jump off?
Yeah, guys, thank y'all so much. I mean, I think this was
cool.
It was good. Like, we're gonna do this again.
Yeah.
And a couple of y'all was, y'all were talking about having doing more videos for oils, and this was one of the reasons why we wanted to do this, to see, do y'all want to do this? So yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, so just what's in it for you. If you guys want $100 in free oils, can they just message us from this?
Yeah, I'll put, you can also go to our website that has, I mean, it's on the
info.
Yeah, just, bettertogetherlife@gmail.com. That's our email account. You can go to our website and put your email in there. A little pop-up thing will happen. There's also an oils, you'll find everything.
There's all kinds of ways, but we want to make sure that you get what you need. And like I said, this promotion is just super sweet. And if it's the right time for you, then let's help you do it. If someone else told you about the class, go back to them, let them help you, hook you up, all those good things. And then if you have your oils already and you just want to know more about the BOGO deals, or you're just excited about BOGO and you don't have oils, then jump on to the Better Together Life DoTerra BOGO Bonanza.
There's like 14 exclamation marks in there.
There are a lot of exclamations.
We'll find it and put a link.
It's because when I made the event or when I made the group, there were a bunch of other BOGOs, and I was like, well, I don't want them to be confused about where to go. So this is very specific.
We're hooking y'all up with a link.
We'll hook you up with a link.
Bye, guys.
So thanks for tuning in, y'all. Have a great night, and thanks for your awesome questions. This was just super fun. We'll talk to you soon.
Good night.